When deciding to become a real estate agent, there are some basic requirements to determining whether or not you are eligible. The first requirement is the potential licensee's age. The second is to be a legal U.S. resident. The third is to have a high school diploma. The fourth is to be of good moral character. The fifth is to complete a pre-licensing education course in your state. The sixth is to pass your state's real estate licensing exam. The seventh and final requirement is to choose a broker to work under. Let's take a deeper look at each requirement. The first requirement I mentioned was age. This is really straightforward. The potential licensee must be at least 18 or 19 depending on the state they reside in. Being a young agent can seem intimidating because of the years of experience and database of contacts that other agents have. But young agents can often bring an energy and desire to learn that older agents cannot compete with. This can propel a young agent into a very successful real estate career. The second requirement to being eligible to receive a real estate license is to be a legal U.S. resident. You do not have to be a U.S. citizen, but you do have to be a lawful permanent resident or lawful immigrant. U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services defines this as any person not a citizen of the United States who is residing in the U.S. under legally recognized and lawfully recorded permanent residence as an immigrant, also known as permanent resident alien permit holder, and green card holder. The third requirement to being eligible to receive a real estate license is to have a high school diploma or equivalent, such as a GED. The United States has one of the lowest barriers to entry in this regard. Some countries require a formal 4-year degree to start practicing real estate. This is good news to many agents or aspiring agents because the National Association of Realtors says about half of agents do not have a bachelor's degree. Real estate is one of the few fields that allows high school graduates to make an unlimited amount of money. The fourth requirement to becoming a real estate agent is to be of good moral character. Mass.gov's evaluation of good moral character is the applicant's demonstrated honesty, trustworthiness, integrity, accountability, reliability, ability to distinguish between right and wrong, and to observe the difference between the two, avoidance of aggression to self and others, and avoidance of injustice and deceit, among other relevant attributes. Good moral character can be a gray area in real estate. There are not many tests for good moral character. Criminal history can be an indicator of bad moral character, and each applicant will be required to submit a background check before becoming licensed. The fifth requirement in the process of obtaining a real estate license is to complete the pre-licensing education course. Every state has a different course and required amount of hours for the course. For example, Massachusetts requires 40 hours of classroom time, and California requires 135 hours. The hours required are subject to change. Also, many states will forego the pre-licensing education if you are a practicing attorney or have taken relevant college courses. The state should provide a list of the courses they will accept. The sixth requirement for obtaining a real estate license is to pass the exam. The goal of the exam is to test that you have mastered the basic concepts of real estate. It is common to not pass the exam the first time, and most states allow you to take the test as many times as you need, but you may be charged each time. The pre-licensing course should teach you the basic concepts of real estate, and the course should be enough for you to pass the exam. If you do not feel ready for the exam, then you should take advantage of the many study guides available to you. The seventh and final requirement is to choose a broker. Agents cannot start working for themselves once they pass the real estate exam. It is mandatory that you choose a broker to hold your license so you can start selling real estate. This is the only way to get an active real estate license. New agents can choose to put their license on inactive status if they have not chosen a broker or are not ready to start selling real estate. It is the broker's responsibility to make sure you are following the law and practicing real estate properly. The broker generally holds errors and omissions insurance to protect you and the company from any lawsuits that may arise from your transactions. Agents may be required to get E&O insurance for themselves. Now that we have covered the basic requirements of getting a real estate license, let us now move into the larger requirements. In the following lectures, we will look at some of the major points of getting a real estate license. Those points being an in-depth look at the pre-licensing education, taking the real estate exam, and choosing a broker. Next up is the pre-licensing education course.